Tiffy, what's been the biggest reflection from Melbourne City?
Biggest reflection. Credit to Melbourne City. I thought they pressed us, off the park, and they made it very hard for us to build up. And they had a lot of energy and were very effective what they're doing. And the reason they're doing so well is it's just not a one-off. They've been doing it all season, and Aurelio's done a really good job there, especially with the depth. The boys coming through the academy, they showed a lot of spirit, and we just couldn't match that. Phil as well, conceding early puts us on the back foot, kind of plays into our form a little bit. Boys, question themselves a little bit. And, look, second half, we gave everything. It just wasn't working for us up top. And, what we looked at was more about, the progressions and how we're moving up the park and whether we can be a little bit more effective and, getting closer at the end of chances and so on. So we've gone back this week. We've worked very hard. We're staying very focused as a team and just sticking to what we believe in.
Stylistically, are you looking to change anything up, I guess, the amount of time playing from the back or at that end of the field?
Yeah, look, post-match I was talking about change. It's the big thing is we have a lot of starting players out and just putting that pressure on the younger guys. And it's not so much that they can't do it, it's just whether, there's a cohesion enough between the players that are starting, whether they can execute what's required at the consistency that we require. You can train all you want, but the games are completely different. When teams start pressing and things get difficult, that's a real question. So we've kind of modified it for the players that are starting, and to be quite honest, the training's been great this week. Intensity's good. As expected, confidence is down a little bit, but again, nothing that hard work and a little bit of courage will get us through.
Can you give us an update on Alex Rufer, where he's apt to possibly play?
Still undetermined at the moment. It's ongoing. He's fighting a virus, so it's getting better. Credit to him. He probably played 3 or 4 games with it, and but it just finally caught up with him, and it's just a little bit run down. But hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later.
Does the team sort of lack experience when, say, him or 1 or 2 other senior players aren't there, do you feel?
It's an interesting question whether we lack experience. There are boys in the team that have had a lot of caps, but with most successful teams, I think the common trend is the cohesiveness of the unit and games played together and experiencing ups and downs together. I probably, if I reflect back on last year, I had 2 players that came in last year. I had pretty much the whole squad settled. I didn't really move away from the starting 11. I had availability of players all the time. This year it's been the complete opposite. This year, we had a fragmented pre-season that didn't allow us all to play together. We've had a lot of injuries and so on. But again, we could use that as an excuse, or it's an opportunity for those young guys to step up and take an opportunity. And again, the cohesion will come. It's just we need games, and we need to go through these experiences, and then we'll be better for it at the end of it.
Scott Woodden's been linked with a few overseas moves. Can you make any comment on that at this stage?
We haven't had any offers, so for me, it's just I think more Twitter speculation than anything.
If he was to leave, how much of a loss would that be to the club?
It would be for the end of season because he's not contracted for next year, and we haven't spoken about next year yet. But he would be a huge loss, like any of the other senior players.
Are you sort of on the market for anyone in particular at the moment?
At the moment, we're probably looking at bringing maybe 1 player in, if not 2. Just where we're kind of short now because of injuries, and we need to add a little bit more depth. Not saying that the young guys can't do a job, it's just not all of them at once. So probably need to bridge that gap between the experienced players and the younger players, probably more somewhere in the middle in terms of age, and probably maybe an attacking option.
Mm-hmm. Is it close to being?
No, not yet. No, it's just more talk at the moment. The window hasn't opened, but again, once we decide that's the strategy, we'll act on it quickly.
In terms of Adelaide, what do you think has made them a good travelling team this season?
I think they're the best team in the comp at the moment by far. I think stylistically, the football they're playing, they're very brave, they're on the front foot, good combinations, their build-up's very good. I think as well the unit from last year they built on. They brought in two really good players, Imperias and Falami. That gives them a lot of speed in the wide areas. And then the rest of the core players are from the year before, which helps. And they're just effective. They work very hard off the ball as well, very dangerous. And I'm actually looking forward to the match because I love playing against good teams, especially with the ball. It challenges us to be just as good as them, if not better. And and I'm looking forward to it.
You mentioned that the confidence is a little bit down though, so that up against the best team in the league, how do you expect that to play out?
It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to show